Hey Pizza Pals, it's Meltvin, your favorite slice of pepperoni with a carry-on. Welcome back to One Slice at a Time. Today, Stephanie and Ryan are going to prove to you why being a Disney adult doesn't have to be cringe or involve day drinking at a theme park. Keep your pinkies up and your elbows off the table. This one is going to get classy.
Thanks, Meltvin. I think that's the first time anyone's ever called us classy. If you're new here, Ryan and I are both travel agents who love helping you turn vacation dreams into reality.
Before we dive in, did you catch last week's episode? We talked all about destination weddings and sandals and why those celebrations are anything but ordinary. Definitely give it a listen if you missed it.
But on today's episode, we're going to talk about some of the ways that you can experience the Disney magic as an adult. And that doesn't mean you have to be day drinking around Epcot or basing your whole identity on a theme park attraction. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No judgment here. We, just think you should do what makes you happy.
Well, drinking around Epcot could be a whole different show. But
That's
for
for
today,
sure.
let's focus on some adult-focused Disney experiences all over the world that most people don't even know exist. Okay, Pizza Pals, did you realize that Disney has an entire travel product that has nothing to do with theme parks? It's called Adventures by Disney. Think of it like the supreme pizza of travel. Everything you want in one box.
It brings the magic of Disney storytelling and their commitment to excellent customer service to specially curated experiences all over the globe. They have itineraries everywhere you want to go, like Iceland, Egypt, South Africa, Costa Rica, and even in the US, and that's just to name a few.
Now, a lot of these trips are especially designed with families in mind, but you'll find that Disney also curates a select few each year to be adult exclusive trips where travelers have to be above the age of 18.
My favorite ABD itinerary for adults has to be the Grand Europe trip. You hit London, Paris, Rome in one seamless adventure, and the Disney touches are what make it special for the grown-ups. In London, you get a private tour of the Tower of London. Before the crowds arrive, complete with the crown jewels, it feels like having history all to yourself. In Paris, ABD handles all the logistics of the Louvre, so you walk straight past the endless lines. Plus, you get an evening cruise on the Seine that feels more romantic than touristy. And in Rome, you get to see the Sistine Chapel after hours when it's quiet and awe-inspiring, not wall-to-wall with tourist groups. It's adult exclusive, so the pace is more relaxed. There's more time for cultural talks, wine tastings, and extended meals without needing to work kid-friendly stops into the day. And what makes it really Disney is how seamless everything feels. It's like Disney already pre-sliced the pie, so you just go into it without the mess. Your luggage magically shows up at the next hotel, transfers happen without the stress, and the guides have all this insider knowledge that elevates every single experience. You get the kind of VIP access that you simply just don't get if you can arrange this trip on your own.
Sounds awesome. For me, it's Adventures by Disney Japan, their adult exclusive version, because Japan can be super overwhelming for people to plan solo. Disney is going to make it feel effortless. On this itinerary, you get private guided tours of Kyoto's temples, places like Fushimi Inari before the crowds hit. There are sake tastings with master brewers, traditional tea ceremonies, and even a samurai sword demonstration that feels like living history. In Tokyo, ABD arranges for behind-the-scenes experiences you couldn't buy off the shelf, like meeting artisans or exploring cultural districts with local experts. And because it's adult only, there's more focus on food, and drink, and food. Multi-course kaiseki dinners where the guide explains the artistry of each dish, evenings in Tokyo where you can soak in nightlife, plus ABD's logistics save you from Japan's sometimes complex transport system. You just get to enjoy the beauty, the culture, and the exclusivity, all with that Disney polish that makes it smooth from start to finish.
And these are just like a few of our favorites. But if you want to get a taste of Adventures by Disney without doing these huge 2-week-long trips, then you have the ultimate trip for a true Disney adult, and that would be to check out their Southern California trip. It is 6 days of pure insider access, walking into the Walt Disney Studios lot, seeing Disney Imagineering, where the creative magic is, everything is built. You even get to go into Walt's private apartment above Main Street. You get backstage tours, VIP park access. You stay in the Grand Californian Resort and Spa there at Disneyland. And you're just like living in Disney history with all this adult level polish. None of the hassle, because that one is just totally like a bucket list trip for any true Disney adult.
Looked at this trip a little bit because, it's a 4-day stay, and the price that you're paying isn't that terribly
It's not.
elevated more than a 4-day stay at like
Mhm.
Disneyland would be, because you're staying at the Grand Californian. So it's not a deal. Let me say that. But it's
No.
not terribly more expensive if you want to do something different and you've already done Disneyland. So,
Absolutely. And
but
with the access to the Walt Disney Studios, Disney Imagineering, and getting those behind the scenes type situations, this really prices out to be quite a deal, really. I think it's a go for it
okay,
situation. They actually call
yeah,
this the ABD, like, gateway drug. Like, you do this one and then you're hooked.
yeah. And then you'll be in Japan doing the other stuff, the food and the
Right.
drinks. But Adventures by Disney also offers an escape version of the Southern California itinerary that is only
Mhm.
4 days. It still includes tours of the studios, Imagineering, and of course, Walt's famous apartment. In fact, they offer quite a few of these shorter ABD escapes that can be
Add-ons.
a perfect add on, especially pre or post cruise.
Right.
These escapes are the personal pan pizza of Disney trips, smaller, faster, but still delicious.
Right. They have the same amazing ABD guides, the top tier accommodations, exclusive experiences as the longer itineraries, and they can be easily paired with your favorite river cruises, or maybe if you're going to Rome or LA, or even an expedition cruise on the Amazon.
They have the Barcelona escape too. So if you're doing
Yeah,
a Mediterranean cruise with any cruise line, you can do that
add
one.
it on.
So
Yep.
you invested in the airplane tickets. You might as well spend some time in Europe or whatever. So we want to hear from you. Which Adventure by Disney trip would you choose? China, Ireland, that Amazon expedition, or Steph's favorite, the Grand Europe itinerary? Give them a look and then let
Right.
us know on our socials. We want to know.
For now, though, let's bring it right back to the Disney parks, because I feel like there's a lot of things to unpack there that you can do as a Disney adult that most people don't even know about. And well, maybe it's not really an adults only vacation, but there are really certainly things you can do that you are not going to be around a lot of kids.
A lot of adult only vacations I go
Mhm.
on to Disney World.
Yeah.
So let's talk briefly about those tours you mentioned. There are several different in Animal Kingdom: the Starlight Safari, Save at the Savannah, and the Wild Africa Trek, where you have to be a certain age to even go on the tour. The
Right.
Wild Africa Trek one is wild. You get to walk on a suspension bridge over the crocodile habitat. How crazy is that?
That might be a little much, but I would like to try it. There are even some tours at Epcot. I mean, these are kind of like the hidden topping that most people don't even know are on the menu. There was the one we did that was behind the scenes where you didn't have an age limit. But I mean, these tours really aren't geared towards kids. They're not very interesting for kids. So most of these people were adults on the tours. And this was a very affordable behind the scenes tour at Epcot. They have Dive Quest, which actually takes you inside the Seas Aquarium. So with your open water scuba diving certification, of course, you can go inside the actual aquarium.
Magic Kingdom, you can do the Keys to the Kingdom tour where you get to go behind the scenes and through the utilidors in Magic Kingdom. That's really cool. I've done this. And if you want the stuffed crust option of park days, I'm talking indulgent, over the top, and totally worth it. Let's talk VIP tours. Complete access to Disney World or Disneyland, celebrity treatment with special backstage entrance to the parks, in front of the line access to all the rides. And while lots of people do take their kids on these tours, you can book it for just you and your friends to make your park day an adults only experience.
Right. Now it's time to carb load like a true Disney adult. If you're hungry from all that exploring in the park, so you want to now grab a bite to eat and maybe a few drinks. But again, you don't want to sit down and deal with a bunch of hot and tired kids around. Don't worry, even in a place built for the enjoyment of families, you are going to find incredible places to eat with upscale dining for adults.
Upscale dining, that's like one of my favorite topics, Stephanie. So over at the Grand Floridian, you've got places like Narcoossee's and Victoria and Albert's. Victoria and Albert's, by the way, is a Michelin-starred restaurant. It's right next to a theme park.
Mind blowing.
I know. I still haven't had it. It is on my list for like my next adults only trip.
Maybe next time you get Agent of the Year, you can go out and celebrate.
Yeah, we'll see. But all of the deluxe resorts and most of the moderate resorts have upscale dining and some unique lounge experiences that are way more appropriate for adults.
For sure. And then if you want to get fancy inside of the parks, you need to check out that new lounge over at Epcot. It's inside of Spaceship Earth. How cool is that? It's called Geo 82. Overall, there is just so much to do for adults in the parks and at the resorts. You just got to know where to find it.
Okay, Pizza Pals, before I roll us into the crusty review, let me toss you a little secret topping. Stephanie and Ryan aren't just here talking about Disney for adults, they actually plan these kinds of trips every single day. We're talking the VIP tours, the Adventures by Disney escapes, the river cruises, the works. If you've been listening and thinking, wait, I want that kind of Disney magic without the stress, then you're in the right kitchen. Stephanie and Ryan handle the details so you don't have to, so you can just show up, sip your wine, and feel like the star of the show. Reach out, let them cook up your next trip, and thank me later. Now, speaking of stars, let's see what's hot out of the oven in this week's Crusty Review.
We're doing another Disney episode, and we've done the best pizza in Florida, we've done the best pizza in California. Let's not cover that down again. How about the most convenient pizza in Disney? I know convenience is like a function of where you happen to be at any one time, but if I happen to be staying anywhere near the boardwalk, well, the boardwalk pizza window, I am coming for you. I don't honestly know why more of these don't exist. If I was walking down the street and I could walk up to a window and get a slice of pizza the same way I'd get an ice cream cone, I would do that and I would love it. But regarding the boardwalk pizza window, listen, I've been talked into staying at the boardwalk due to the fact that they have a pizza window. It's basically like, it's a slice place and it's also Walt Disney World. So you can expect to pay somewheres around $375 per slice. I think they only have cheese or pepperoni, and it's New York style. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 8 on our pizza scale.
Right. Extra point for convenience.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And because we put Papa John's at 5, I have to give this at least a 6.
I think we need to rethink our rating scale a little bit because I think it depends on what time we film the episodes, what time we're recording, how hungry Ryan is where he rates his pizzas.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully we gave you a few ideas on how Disney isn't just for kids and how to do it without just drinking your way through Epcot.
Exactly. Whether it's Adventures by Disney, VIP tours, or just finding those hidden gems in the parks, there are so many ways to make your Disney trip feel more grown up.
And if you're ready to start planning, guess what? That's where we come in. We take care of the details so you can enjoy the magic. No stress and no guesswork.
Yeah, so hit us up. All the links are in the show notes. And don't forget,
we want to hear from you. So please head on over to our socials, tag us in those vacation or pizza pics. And if you have an idea for a future episode, we would love to hear it.
All right, Steph, it's time to close the kitchen. We've sauced up a lot today, but there's always another slice waiting. So next time on One Slice at a Time.
We're doing our own version of a Mythbusters episode. So we're going to talk about the worst travel advice we've ever received.
Yeah, and what we say is the worst might be something you've heard and labeled great advice before. So don't miss next week's deep dish serving of travel pro tips. We're out of here.
Wait, Ryan, what's for dinner?
Well, we didn't name this podcast one salad at a time, did we? Let's go get a pizza.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, Pizza Pals, that's it for today's slice. If you had fun hanging out, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this episode with your crew, and smash that subscribe so you never miss a bite. And hey, if you really want to be part of the family, sign up for our newsletter, Extra Cheese, at extracheese.fun. It's loaded with travel tips, insider deals, and plenty of melty goodness you won't get anywhere else. Until next time, stay saucy.